Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, around 3 a.m., and wondered, why am I awake right now? There's no noise. No one's calling your name. Yet your eyes are wide open, your heart is racing, and your mind is spinning through 1,000 random thoughts. You glance at the clock, 3:02 a.m. You turn over, close your eyes, and hope sleep will come back. But it doesn't. I've heard this story, not just once, but countless times. In fact, most of my older patients describe that exact same moment. One woman, 68 years old, once told me, "Doctor, I don't get it. I go to bed early, I don't drink coffee in the afternoon, but every night around 3 a.m., I wake up. It's like my body has its own alarm clock." And you know what? She wasn't wrong. Our bodies really do have an internal clock, a biological rhythm that quietly runs the show. And sometimes it sends signals we don't recognize. It's not random, it's not just aging, and it's not simply stress-related insomnia. Behind those nighttime awakenings lies a deeper biological story, one where your hormones, your liver, and your blood sugar are silently communicating in the dark. Between 1 and 3 a.m., your liver is at its busiest. Think of it like a silent night worker, filtering your blood, balancing your energy, and helping your hormones rest and recover. But sometimes your blood sugar drops too low. Your brain senses danger and tells your adrenal glands to release cortisol, the stress hormone, to save you. And suddenly you're awake. Your heart races, your mind lights up, and your body, exhausted, begs to sleep. Sound familiar? Imagine this. Your body at night is like a quiet house. Only the soft kitchen light should be on. But suddenly, someone flips on every light in the house. That's what cortisol does. It turns on the alarm system when all you really need is peace and darkness. Cortisol isn't bad. During the day, it gives you focus, energy, and drive. But at night, it needs to rest. When cortisol spikes at the wrong time, it blocks melatonin, the sleep hormone, from doing its job. And that's why you toss and turn in the dark, only to wake up tired, foggy, and drained. I've worked with hundreds of people over 50, and I've learned that most of them don't need sleeping pills. What they really need is to understand their bodies. Because the problem isn't with sleep itself, it's with imbalance. When the body is out of balance, it doesn't need you to force sleep. It needs you to listen. One of the simplest things I've ever told my patients is this. Before bed, give your body a little night fuel, something to keep your blood sugar steady and your nervous system calm through the night. A spoonful of raw, natural honey, not processed, and a small pinch of pure sea salt. That's it. And you'd be surprised how often the simplest things are exactly what your body has been asking for. I remember a man named James, 72 years old, who had woken up every night for nearly 10 years. He'd tried sleeping pills, herbal teas, even meditation. Then one night, he tried this little remedy, a spoonful of honey and a pinch of sea salt, slowly before bed. A week later, he came back with a gentle smile and said, "Doctor, I can't remember the last time I slept 6 hours straight. Now, it just feels peaceful. I'll never forget that smile. Calm, relieved, like someone who had finally found something they'd lost long ago." Sometimes healing isn't about adding more. It's about letting go. Less tension, less control, less trying to force things. Your body isn't fighting you, it's protecting you. And when you finally signal to it, it's okay now, it knows how to return to balance on its own. So if you're watching this video in the middle of the night, I want you to know you're not alone. Millions of people across America are awake right now, just like you, searching for peace at 3 a.m. And maybe, just maybe, one small spoonful could be the beginning of change. Want you to imagine this. The human body is like a delicate symphony. During the day, it plays an energetic melody, cortisol, adrenaline, dopamine, all working together to keep you alert, active, and fully alive. But when night comes, that music needs to soften, to slow down, to make room for the sounds of recovery. When everything flows in rhythm, you sleep deeply. Your cells regenerate. Your memories strengthen. But when just one note falls out of tune, especially cortisol, the entire symphony turns chaotic. Cortisol is often labeled as the bad guy, but in truth, it isn't. It's the gatekeeper. During the day, it keeps you safe and gives you the energy to handle life, from morning traffic to tough conversations. But at night, that gatekeeper is supposed to rest. The problem is, after age 50, our bodies sometimes forget how to tell cortisol to stand down. And so around 3 a.m., while your liver is busy balancing blood sugar, a tiny signal misfires. Cortisol thinks there's danger and sounds the alarm. You feel it immediately. Your heart races, your chest feels heavy, and your mind switches on as if you just drank a shot of espresso. But there's no danger. It's just your hormones misunderstanding the situation. When I explain this to patients, many of them laugh and say, "So doctor, I'm not actually insomniac. I'm just being woken up by cortisol." And I smile and say, exactly. You're not broken. Your body's just trying to protect you a little too enthusiastically. Here's the fascinating part. Sometimes just a small bit of energy at the right time can reassure your body that everything's fine. And that's why a spoonful of raw honey and a pinch of sea salt can work wonders. Let me explain it simply. While you sleep, your brain still needs energy, mainly from glucose. If your blood sugar drops too low, your liver has to convert stored glycogen into glucose to feed your brain. But if you ate dinner too early or your liver's glycogen stores are low, your brain quickly sends out a distress signal. The adrenal glands activate, cortisol is released, and just like that, you're awake. Now imagine you give your body a spoonful of natural honey, a gentle, steady source of glucose. It's like telling your brain, hey, it's okay. There's enough energy. You can relax. The sea salt, even just a tiny pinch, provides sodium, magnesium, and trace minerals that help stabilize electrolytes, calm the nervous system, and support adrenal balance. Together, these two simple ingredients send a clear message to your body. You're safe. You can sleep again. I've seen this work hundreds of times. One man, 64 years old, had been on sleeping pills for nearly 5 years. After trying this method for a week, he told me, "Doctor, I don't just sleep better. I wake up feeling peaceful, like my body truly rested last night." Modern science is beginning to back this up. Recent studies at Harvard have shown that stabilizing blood sugar before bed can reduce nighttime cortisol levels by up to 30%. No drugs, no heavy interventions, just understanding your body and treating it with gentleness. I know when people first hear honey and sea salt, they often ask, is it really that simple? But that's exactly what I love about natural medicine. It isn't complicated. Your body doesn't need miracles. It needs balance. When you give it steady energy, when you calm your nervous system and remind it there's nothing to fear, it knows how to find its way back to rest. And I want you to remember this. Sleep isn't something you force. You can't push yourself to sleep. Sleep is a gift your body gives you when it feels safe. A spoonful of honey and sea salt might not change the world, but it could change your night. And sometimes one peaceful night is all it takes to begin healing. So tonight, as you get ready for bed, I want you to try this. Take a deep breath. Mix 1 spoon of raw honey with a pinch of sea salt in a small cup of warm water. Sip it slowly, feel your body soften. Then turn off the lights and let that warmth spread through every cell. And if you wake up at 3 a.m., remember, it's not your fault. It's just your body's way of saying, please love me. Listen to me a little more. I know there's one question many people will ask after watching the previous part. Doctor, what about me? I have diabetes. I can't have honey, or I have high blood pressure. Salt sounds dangerous, and I completely understand. I've heard that question hundreds of times throughout my career, and every time I smile and say, your body isn't broken. It just needs a different path to peace. You see, the goal here isn't really about honey or sea salt. It's about stability, balancing blood sugar, calming the adrenal glands, and sending a message of safety to your nervous system. There are many gentle, safe ways to do that, and I want to share 3 alternative formulas that many of my patients have tried and found success with. The first one I call Golden Calm, the evening turmeric milk. Sounds warm already, doesn't it? Here's the recipe. A cup of warm almond milk, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a dash of cinnamon, a few drops of coconut oil, and a pinch of black pepper to help your body absorb curcumin, the golden compound in turmeric. Turmeric and cinnamon are powerful in reducing inflammation and regulating blood sugar, while coconut oil provides slow, steady energy, keeping your brain fueled through the night. I often tell my patients, think of this drink as a warm hug for your liver and adrenals. One woman, 58, told me, "Doctor, not only do I sleep better, my skin looks brighter in the morning, and my stomach feels lighter." And I believe her, because when your liver rests well, everything else in your body works better too. The second formula is Magnesium Calm, magnesium lemon water. This one is perfect for anyone who experiences muscle tension, neck or shoulder tightness, or nighttime cramps. All you need is a cup of warm water, the juice of half a lemon, 1 teaspoon of magnesium citrate or glycinate powder, and if you like it sweet, add a touch of natural stevia. Magnesium is a miracle mineral, yet most adults in America are deficient in it. It helps reduce cortisol, soothes the nervous system, and allows the body to relax deeply before sleep. One 67-year-old patient once told me, "I used to wake up 3 or 4 times a night, but since I started drinking this, I sleep straight through till morning. No noise, no pills, no grogginess the next day." And I thought, it's not that magnesium is magic. It's that when the body finally receives what it's been missing, it begins to heal itself. And the final formula, I call it the Sleep Amino Cup. It's like a protein drink for your sleep. Simply mix about 10 grams of glycine collagen into warm water or caffeine-free herbal tea. Glycine is a simple amino acid, but it has remarkable effects. It gently lowers body temperature, improves sleep quality, and enhances tissue and joint recovery. Many older athletes I've treated take glycine before bed to help their bodies relax without raising blood sugar. One of them, a 72-year-old veteran, told me that after 30 years of insomnia, he finally started dreaming again. Not beautiful, faraway dreams, but the kind of deep sleep that allows the body to dream at all. He once said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I realized what I needed wasn't sleeping pills. It was peace inside my body." And that really is the essence of everything I want you to understand. Whether it's honey and sea salt, turmeric milk, magnesium water, or glycine collagen. The goal is the same, to restore inner peace. Because sleep isn't the result of exhaustion, it's the result of balance. You can't force yourself to sleep, just as you can't force peace. But you can create the right conditions for it by giving your body the right energy, at the right time, and a bit of kindness along the way. If you're watching this, you might be searching for your sleep too. Just like the thousands of people I've met. And I want you to remember, you are not alone. Your body is still working, still listening, still trying to help you heal. It just needs a gentler touch. Sometimes the greatest change doesn't come from a prescription, but from a small nightly ritual, a warm cup, a slow breath, a quiet moment. And just like that, you begin to invite sleep back, not through effort, but through understanding. I often tell my patients, there's no pill that can replace a gentle way of living. And that's especially true when it comes to sleep. When you look deeper, you realize insomnia isn't just a nighttime problem. It's the sum of every small choice you make throughout the day. From how you eat, how you breathe, to how you face your thoughts when the sun goes down. In truth, sleep begins the moment you wake up. Habit number 1, stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. I know this sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Your liver, the hardest working organ during the night, needs time to detoxify and balance your blood sugar. When you eat late, your body faces a choice, to sleep or to digest. And most of the time, it chooses digestion, leaving your sleep disrupted. One of my patients, Susan, 63, used to have a bedtime snack, just a slice of bread and a glass of milk. But after she stopped that habit for 2 weeks, she told me, "Doctor, I can't believe such a small change made me sleep so deeply. I even started dreaming again, something I hadn't done in years." I smiled, because dreams are a sign that your brain is finally getting real rest. Habit number 2, avoid inflammatory foods. I'm not saying you have to live rigidly or cut out every favorite meal, but some foods quietly steal your sleep. Refined sugar, fried oils, and processed snacks. These keep your liver and adrenal glands in a state of mild alert. And when the body is never truly calm, how can the mind ever rest? Instead, try gentler foods. Leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, olive oil. Foods with what I call quiet energy. They don't just nourish your body, they nurture your inner balance. Habit number 3, support your liver, the silent hero of sleep. I like to call the liver the night janitor. It works quietly to clear toxins, restore energy, and renew your body while you sleep. You can support it in simple ways. A glass of warm lemon water in the morning, a cup of milk thistle or dandelion tea at night, or simply drink enough water. It sounds small, but your liver only functions smoothly when your inner environment is flowing. And when your liver rests, your sleep becomes softer, deeper, more peaceful. Habit number 4, get at least 10 minutes of morning sunlight. Sunlight isn't just for your skin or vitamin D. It's your body's natural clock. When you expose yourself to morning light, your brain records, a new day has begun. And by evening, it automatically releases melatonin, the sleep hormone. Many people struggle with insomnia simply because they've lost touch with natural light. I remember an elderly patient named Paul living in Seattle, where the skies are gray most of the year. When he started taking short morning walks, just 15 minutes each day, he began sleeping soundly again after more than a decade. He said, "Doctor, I don't need pills anymore. I just need the sun." And finally, the 5th habit, practice gratitude before bed. I know it sounds meditative, maybe even sentimental, but research shows that when you write down or simply think of 3 things you're grateful for each night, your cortisol, the stress hormone, drops by 20 to 25%. You can't be both grateful and anxious at the same time. The human brain doesn't work that way. When you focus on gratitude, you turn off the circuits of worry and activate the centers of peace. One of my students once said, "I don't count sheep anymore, doctor. I count my blessings," I asked. "And how does that work for you?" She smiled softly. "I never get past 3. Sometimes to reclaim your sleep, you don't need to change the whole world. You just need to change how you live in the hours before bedtime. Let your liver rest. Let your mind unwind. Let your body remember what safety feels like. And one night, you'll notice you're no longer trying to sleep. Sleep comes to you like an old friend, gentle, patient, returning after a long time apart. You know, when we're young, we take sleep for granted. We can stay up late, work through the night, and still believe our bodies will magically recover by morning. But once we reach our 50s, 60s, things change. The body doesn't bounce back like it used to. And sleep, something that once came naturally, suddenly feels like a luxury. I once had a patient say to me, "Doctor, I just want to sleep through the night. No pills, no dreams. I just want to rest." And I understood that feeling more than anyone could. Because sleep isn't just the body resting, it's the soul healing. After more than 30 years working with older adults, I've realized when people lose sleep, they don't just lose energy, they lose peace. But when sleep returns, everything begins to heal. Emotions stabilize. Memory sharpens. The body reacts more gently to stress. Some even say they feel young again, from the inside out. And the beautiful thing is, sleep doesn't require complicated methods. Sometimes it's as simple as a spoonful of honey and sea salt, or a warm cup of golden milk before bed. Little rituals that remind your body, you are cared for, you are safe, you can rest now. Have you ever noticed that sleep only comes when you stop trying to sleep? When you stop fighting? When your mind slows down? Your body, in all its wisdom, finds its natural rhythm again. I've always believed Your body is never against you. It's just whispering, telling you something has fallen out of balance. And sometimes waking up at 3 a.m. is simply your body's way of asking to be heard. I want you to imagine this. One night, you wake up in the silence. No more racing heartbeat, no fear that you won't fall back asleep. You take a deep breath, taste a hint of honey, the gentle salt melting on your tongue, and you whisper to yourself, I am safe. I am allowed to sleep. And then your eyelids grow heavy. Your heartbeat slows. Your mind stops replaying old worries. In that moment, you stop trying. You let go. And the moment you do, sleep returns, like an old friend, wrapping you in quiet peace. I've met hundreds of people who found their way back to sleep this way. Not through pills, not through complicated formulas, but through small shifts in how they live and feel each day. A lighter dinner, a sip of warm lemon water, a grateful heart, and suddenly something changes. The human body has an incredible capacity to heal. It just needs space and time to do it. Sometimes healing isn't about doing more, it's about doing less. And if you're watching this and you're tired of sleepless nights, please believe me, there is nothing wrong with you. You just need to be heard by yourself. Start small. Stop eating early. Let your liver rest. Breathe deeply. Get morning sunlight. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every night. And if you'd like, let a spoonful of honey and sea salt be your companions on this journey. Sleep will return, not as a luxury, but as something natural, as your breath, your sunrise, your body's own rhythm. Before you leave this video, I want to share a line I often tell my patients. When you sleep, your body heals. But when you sleep peacefully, your soul finds peace too. And that's my wish for you tonight, a deep, gentle, healing sleep. If this video helped you, please hit like so more people can find this message. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to join me, Dr. James, as we explore natural health, nutrition, and inner peace after 50. Sleep well, and remember, you deserve to rest.